After what felt like a very long wait, Legends Z-A is finally here. The first new Pokemon game to release since I started doing regular Pokemon videos. This presents me with a unique experience. Whenever a new game comes out, I like to complete the Pokedex and make a living dex usually as soon as I can. And not only can I share that with you all, but I get to share my entire playthrough alongside it. I hope you enjoy, so let's jump right into it. We start off by arriving to Lumiose City, ready to start a vacation when we meet Tawnie, a Pokemon trainer who is followed by a trio of Pokemon. While talking, a news broadcast shows up on a nearby screen, and during this, our bag is stolen by a Pancham. We chase it down and find its trainers, who then challenge us to a Pokemon battle. Since we don't have any Pokemon, Tawnie offers us one of her Pokemon, and we pick Tepig. We make quick work of the Pancham, and true to their word, the trainers leave and we get our bag back. After this, it becomes nighttime and we are introduced to the battle zones, areas where trainers compete in the Z-A Royale. We try to sneak our way out of the zone, but get stopped by a couple trainers along the way. A special-looking Floette shows up to save us, and we can finally make it to safety. It's here where Tawnie shows us the hotel that she helps out at, being Hotel Z, run by none other than AZ. This becomes where we end up staying for our stay in the city. Once morning comes, we meet back up with Tawnie and are officially invited to compete in the Z-A Royale. Here, Tawnie also invites us to join Team MZ, a group of people who compete in the Royale, as well as helping out around the city. And with our joining, we receive a new jacket. On our way out, we find we're blocked by rocks, so Tawnie shows us an alternative way to travel, being via rooftops. We visit our first Pokemon Center, and here we download the Pokedex app. Moving on, we enter our first wild zone, a place where Pokemon are able to safely inhabit the city. It is here we get to make our first catches in the run. In here we catch Fletchling, Bunnelby, Scatterbug, Weedle, and Mareep. After this, we make it to the other side of the wild zone and find ourselves at the Pokemon Research Lab. Here we meet Mabel, who has replaced Professor Sycamore as the director of the lab. She introduces us to the Mabel research tasks, which rewards us with useful items such as TMs. Our first reward being the TM for Rock Smash. As we exit the lab, we meet another member of Team MZ, Naveen, and he gives us a hat. After Naveen leaves, we get a call from Tawnie letting us know that we can use Rock Smash to smash rocks we find around the city. With this, we do a little exploring and find a courtyard where we catch a Kakuna. Back up to the rooftops, we catch a Flabebe and an Abra. We head back to Hotel Z, and we can now break the rocks blocking the way. When we get back, we chill with Tawnie when we get informed of who our Z-A Royale promotion match will be against. This leads to nighttime falling upon us again and time for the battle zones to be activated. We meet up with Team MZ, where we get the rundown on what we need to do. We battle other trainers until we get enough points for our challenger's ticket, and once we get a ticket, we can do our promotion match. We make quick work of all the trainers and get our challenger's ticket. We take our ticket and go to face Zach for our promotion match. After we deal with Zach, we get promoted to Y rank. Right after our rank up, we meet Emma, a detective that works in the city. We return to the hotel and have a meal with the group. The next day, we start by quickly accessing Mystery Gift to get the gift Ralts. We head outside and meet Teragon, who introduces us to the Canary plushes, which we can get by collecting colorful screws around the city. Tawnie then tells us about Mega Shards, which will come in handy later down the line. We wind up near Wild Area 2, so we pop in to see what we can find. Here we catch Badoo, Magikarp, and Patrat. We meet up with Tawnie at a coffee truck, and end up meeting Vinny and his awesome chops. We move on and meet a man named Ivor, right outside Wild Zone 3. After the Fist of Justice leave, we stop into the Wild Zone. In here we get Skiddo, Litleo, and Pikachu. We move on and find ourselves now at the Looker Bureau, where Emma works. This is where we get introduced to side missions. We get tasked with doing 3 right now, so away we go. First up, we have a lady that lost a ring in Wild Zone 4, so this gives a chance to do some more catching. We get Ghastly, Spupa, Ekans, and Spinarak. We find and defeat the Sableye and return the ring to its owner. Our next side quest tasks us with trading a Pikachu for a Heracross. Not wanting to trade our only one, we go catch another. We also catch an Esper while we are here. We return and make the trade, getting us a Heracross for our collection. Our final task serves as an introduction to Alpha Pokemon, as we're tasked with tracking down an abnormally large Bunnelby. We quickly deal with it and can now return to the Looker Bureau. We battle Emma, and afterwards she introduces us to the concept of Mega Evolution. We end up learning who our next promotion match opponent is, and finally are given free reign to go and do whatever we please. Oh hey, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking it and subscribing. Doing both really helps out the channel. Also, drop a comment down below. Let me know about your adventures in Lumiose. Finally, if you ever want to see the gameplay for videos being recorded live, I sometimes stream them on my Twitch channel, which you can find at twitch.tv/BigBlast99. With that said, let's get back to the video. With this newfound freedom, we head straight to Wild Zone 5. Here we catch Bellsprout and Venipede. We go wandering around the town and find Spritzy chilling by a coffee truck. After a bit, night strikes once again and we find ourselves in the battle zone. We get the points needed for the ticket, and then make our way to our promotion match. Right before we fight, our Tepig is able to evolve into Pignite, and our Mareep into Flaffy. We have our match and rank up. We start the next day with a quick battle against Naveen. Afterwards, we learn who our next promotion opponent is, and we can evolve Fletchling into Fletchinder. We make a quick pop into Wild Zone 1 and catch the Alpha Pidgey. Because of its level, we are able to evolve it into Pidgeotto right away. We spend some time running around the city and find ourselves a Trubbish. And not too long after, nighttime falls upon the city. While I think it would be funny to continue this bit throughout the whole video, I think the Battle Zone stuff will be mostly skipped over due to nothing super important actually happening during them. We meet our promotion match opponent, and we unsurprisingly make quick work of him. The next morning, we are tasked with delivering Lita's things to her, as she left them behind. We deliver her belongings to her and have a friendly battle. Afterwards, we learn who our next opponent is, and just need to bide some time until nightfall, as despite being able to skip to night by sitting on a bench, I didn't use that once my entire playthrough. Whenever there's nothing to do until the Battle Zone activates, I go around and do sub-stories and catch Pokemon. Since this video is mainly about the living dex, we obviously will only really be talking about the latter. That said, there is a very special quest we run into, which rewards us with a shiny Mareep. After a visit to a Pokemon Center, we get a call from Mabel asking us to come to the research lab. This task gives us the choice between the 3 Kanto starters, just like in X and Y. We obviously pick Squirtle, as he is just the best Pokemon of all time, and we name him Soup to keep up with the channel tradition. We make a quick stop into Wild Zone 1 to catch Pichu, as I have been doing every time I'm nearby, and I finally was able to catch it before it ran away. And with that, we have caught every Pokemon in this zone, making it our first zone to be marked as complete. Back into the city, and we come across a garden with Floette in it, and then we find ourselves finally checking out Wild Zone 6. We get Baniri before being chased out by Houndoom. We evolve Bunnelby into Diggersby and Squirtle into Wartortle, and find ourselves facing off against our next promotion opponent. After beating him, we step outside and get a call from Emma about the Pokemon she is tracking, and before we know it, we are face to face with the legendary Zygarde, who bolts off as we give chase. It leads us to an Absol that is on the verge of undergoing Rogue Mega Evolution. Emma and AZ show up, and AZ sends his Lucario and a Mega Ring to aid us against this Absol. And now, for the first time since Gen 7, we can once again Mega Evolve Pokemon. We Mega Evolve Lucario and take down this Absol. After we defeat it, we are rewarded with an Absolite. Tawnie shows up, we all talk about Mega Pokemon, and then the Absol shows up and joins the team. We wake up the next day to the amazing news that more Wild Zones have been opened up, meaning there's more Pokemon to catch. Tawnie gets a call from Vinny asking for her and I to meet him at the HQ, and so we have a new objective. Before we do anything though, we evolve Ralts into Kirlia. Before we head out, Tawnie wants to have a battle now that we can both use Mega Evolution. We find ourselves at our destination, where we have to fight with some Dedenne guards. After the battle, Vinny comes and tells us to meet him at the battle court. He explains how they investigated the Rogue Mega Pokemon incident, and reveals that we beat them to it. Vinny is looking for our help in potential Rogue Mega Pokemon events, and so sets our next promotion match to be against him, so he can test if we are up to the task, and, at the same time, fast track us all the way to rank F. Since we still have some daytime before the Battle Zone activates, we decide to pop into the new Wild Area 7. Here we catch Vanillite, Hippopotas, and Roselia. We also jaunt over to Wild Area 9. Here we get Sableye, Kadabra, Carbink, and then we get very close to beating this Alpha Meowstic before the time changed and reset the spawn. With night here, we go get our Challenger's ticket and head out to face Vinny. What? Is Drampa got a Mega? No way. No way. Oh, okay. Yo? Yo? Okay, so like I got some Pokemon leaked for me, obviously. Not Mega Drampa. Oh my, he looks so good. The upside of recording everything is that I got my initial reactions to most of the new Megas. We beat Vinny and get sent straight up to rank F. Tawnie shows up and follows suit. Vinny gives us a lore drop, we find out how to get some Mega Stones, and head to the Nouveau Cafe. Naveen was already there, and gave us a lore drop on who's potentially our next promotion opponent. Vinny gives us a call, and we head straight to a Team MZ strategy meeting. Here we learn there are 3 rogue Mega Pokemon across the city. We are tasked with helping each of our teammates with the rogue Megas, and on our way out, AZ gives us an Emborite to use once our starter evolves. We take out Mega Slowbro, and before our next target, I did decide it was time to finally update the fit. We take down Mega Camerupt, and then we finally take on Mega Victory Bell. We return to Hotel Z, where Zygarde shows up and challenges us to a fight. We beat it, and then it hands us a Pebble. After this, a character named Elle appears to give us some lore about Zygarde. Upon going inside, we learn that our next promotion match is indeed against Naveen's favorite streamer, Kanari. We battle Naveen to get him to tell us how to find Kanari. We win so he spills the beans, but now we need a challenger's ticket. And well, we have some time to kill before night falls. We buy a Jaw Fossil to complete a task for a gentleman in the research lab, and he very nicely lets us keep the newly revived Tyrant. While helping out the citizens of Lumiose City, we come across a Chespin beefing with a taxi, and we are tasked with trying to calm it down. Once it's calmed, Chespin, my favorite of the Kalos starters, joins our team. And right after, we are able to evolve Flaffy into Ampharos. We then come across a big section of scaffolding parkour, where we have to beat a Froakie's best times. After beating its times on 3 different scaffolding courses, Froakie joins us on our adventure. Next we enter my favorite place in the city, the museum. Inside there is a quest where you need to track down some Spupa, but the top floor features some really cool exhibits, like almost all of the Pokeballs, and a bunch of stuff from Legends Arceus. I'm going to move this Spupa, because surely this Spupa from this is like... This one's got to be special, right? This one has to be special. There's no way there isn't something special about this Spupa because they've given away. I'm hoping it's the Pokeball. I'm hoping it's the Pokeball form. We can finally get Pokeball again. It's only been 12 years. So this is my theorizing. Before making it to the battle zone this evening, we stop into Wild Zone 3 to catch a Pancham. While battling, we evolve our Chespin into Quilladin, Kirlia into Gardevoir, our starter Pignite finally evolves into Emboar. Alright, got Snover here, but it's reveal time. Yo, let's go. I didn't get to fully see it because it's not like super traditionally battle, but like, hold up, let me get a look at this. Yo, this is badass. I'm so glad I picked this. Our Pidgeotto evolves into Pidgeot, and that's an end to our very eventful night in the battle zone. In the morning, we meet with Naveen, who's going to help us get through Kanari's quiz so that we can challenge her to our promotion match. We head to Racine Construction, where Teragon challenges us to a fight. New Mega? Ooh, I think I saw leaked that he was getting one, but I haven't seen what he looks like. So, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that feels like a Mega, alright. Here we learn that Teragon is Kanari's grandfather, and is a VTuber that does all of her publicity events so she can keep gaming. We can now get our promotion match underway. I feel like we're getting another Mega reveal here. Yeah, here we are. Alright. Triple Windsock, I guess. Alright. From the side, it looks way better. It looks way better from the side. That one bangs. Yeah, that's cool. After a couple close calls, we find ourselves finally jumping up to rank E. The next morning starts with another call from Vinny, telling us about 3 new Rogue Megas. This is now the main gameplay loop for the next while. We get our new assignment of Mega Beedrill, Mega Hawlucha, and Mega Banette. Before heading out, we evolve Soup into Blastoise. We beat the Mega Beedrill. We make quick stops to buy the Mega Stones for Blastoise and Pidgeot. We beat Mega Hawlucha, and start making our way towards Mega Banette. Oh my god, no way. No way. No way. No way. My mic was muted when I got, oh my god, no way, dude. No way. No way. Yo. It's only level 13, but like, no way. Dude, first ball catch, no way. That's my first Vivian. Dude, no way. I'm just gonna keep saying no way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I read it. I keep thinking it's gonna be like a, see the Pokemon there, but oh, look at him. Look at him. Yo, this is my second shiny Vivian. So I caught one in Scarlet and Violet, and it had its whatchamadoozit, the fancy pattern. But yo, this is awesome. See, I like, okay, here's my thing. I love using shiny Pokemon on my my teams in games if I get it during the story. This is a level 13 Vivian. I don't know if I'm going to use this. It's a shame I had my mic muted this whole time because I saw it. I was looking at it and I was like, that looks white. That looks shiny, and I know I don't have a proper, like, any way to properly prove that. But, like, I was looking at it and I'm like, I think that's shiny. And then I walked up and it did the jingle. That's awesome. That's so cool. Launch day shiny. I don't think I've gotten a launch day shiny in a game since the original Moon, where I got 2 shiny Mudbray. Oh, that's awesome. You know, it is level 13. And if the way I'm kind of playing this, where I'm like kind of maybe like phasing some guys out, I don't think I'm going to use this, unfortunately. Very unfortunately, but yeah, we got, oh, we got Froakie here. You know what, I'll bring Froakie back to here. Dude, oh, this is like the static shiny. And this is like just a random shiny. This is awesome. And then I still feel like this one's going to be Pokeball. I need to check, but I think this one's going to be Pokeball. Oh, and we also catch a Dedenne and a Cleffa. Now we can go beat Mega Banette and get another lore drop about Zygarde from L. We return to the hotel and get informed who our next promotion opponent will be, and it's none other than Ivor, the Fist of Justice himself. So now it's time we get ourselves another challenger's ticket. While waiting for night to come, we see and catch a Swirlix chilling by some berry stands. We then go check out Wild Zone 13, where we catch Pinsir. While in the battle zone, Quilladin evolves into Chestnut. It would be very cool to use his Mega in this playthrough, but that's locked to online, and they started with Greninja, so my goat unfortunately gets shafted. This night I also decided to swap some other Pokemon into the team to get some levels going, and finally decided to evolve that special Spupa from the museum. Alright, curiosity's got me. I need to know what this one evolves into. Oh. Oh, it's just a different pattern. Oh, okay. I don't know what the name of this pattern is. That really anticlimactic. What a letdown. We arrive at the dojo of the Fist of Justice so we can fight Ivor for the promotion match. But he wasn't there. We have a battle with one of the dojo members, and after that, Ivor finally appears. His sister is missing, and now we have to help find her. Before we head out, we quickly evolve Froakie into Frogadier. We meet up with Ivor at the Looker Bureau, where Emma agrees to help find his sister. While on the way to look for Ivor's sister, we make a quick stop in Wild Zone 8. Here we catch Numel and Sandile. We somehow got a wild Pokemon stuck outside the zone, but we hop back in to catch Drillbur, Machop, and the Alpha Camerupt. We now catch up with Emma and Ivor, where we look for Gwyn around City Hall. We get a lead that has us checking the Nouveau Cafe, which then gives us a lead to check with Kanari. Kanari won't spill unless we beat her in a battle, so we have an impromptu rematch. Kanari leads us to the area with the Clawitzer statue. We find the statue and need to find a way to freeze the water to gain access to the sewer, and so off to Wild Zone 12 we go. In here, we catch Bergmite and a Vanillite with Ice Beam. We return to the fountain and freeze it, giving us access to the sewers. We also evolve Vanillite into Vanillish, just because we can. We enter into the sewers and start to look for Gwyn, as well as catch some Pokemon along the way. We get Noibat and Scraggy before we catch up to Emma and Ivor. We get tasked with catching a Klefki to try opening the lock on a gate. As we keep pressing on, we find a Skrelp. We ultimately come to a dead end and can't seem to find the exit. But it turns out to be a fake wall made by Chandelure. We follow it and finally find Gwyn, and she challenges us to a fight. Alright, I know Mega Chandelure is coming. The Chandelure have the Mega Stone in it? Of course, this is Mega Chandelure coming in. Let's see what we got. Okay. That sure is a Mega. Ooh, that killed. Alright. Yeah, that's a Mega, alright. I saw this leak and I just didn't fully believe that this was real. I was like, surely it's not that, right? But here we are. Mega Chandelure. We win, and get her to come back to the dojo so that we can have our match with Ivor. Alright, I feel we have another Mega coming. I felt this was going to be Phalanx given his backpack. Yo, okay. Okay, the Phalanx Megazord. You know, I messed with this heavy. Oh, what did you have that was that strong? I don't know if I can fucking beat this guy. I think this is the first time I've had an opponent run out of Mega Evolution before I killed him. Or fainted them, I guess. Alright, easy claps. That's cool. I was not expecting the Phalanx Megazord. I also wasn't expecting that to be so hard. I might have to actually settle on a team and stop just training randoms because there might be a little difficulty spike coming on. I might actually have to go do side stuff. Increase my XP charm, I guess. We beat Ivor and reach rank D. On to the next day. Tawnie is seemingly nowhere to be found. We get a phone call from the Rust Syndicate saying Tawnie is in deep debt, so we and Lita decide to go see what's going on. When we arrive, we have to deal with some guards before we can make it in. After beating them, an imposing man named Philippe strolls up and also challenges us to a battle. Oh, okay, I'm assuming this is a Mega. He has a stone. Yeah, I saw this like 2 days ago, and I'm so mad. I didn't fully see it, but I knew this was coming. This would have been an amazing surprise. Skarmory is one of my favorite Pokemon. So here we be. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I didn't get a full look at it, so okay. It's interesting. We beat Philippe and can make our way into the building. We meet the boss of the Rust Syndicate and learn the severity of Tawnie's debt, and somehow we get saddled with the burden of the predatory interest. We return to the hotel and hold a meeting, where Tawnie finally shows up and learns we found out about the debt, and she learns how bad the interest is herself. Putting the debt aside for now, we have 3 more rogue Mega Pokemon: Mega Mawile, Mega Barbaracle, and Mega Ampharos. We beat the Mawile, we catch a Riolu on the way to the Barbaracle. Oh! Yo, hello? Okay. Okay. If you can't tell by my cadence, not what I was expecting at all. And now, I know it's pretty controversial. Barbaracle's not a well-liked Pokemon. I'm a bit of a Barbaracle enjoyer, so I really vibe with this. Well, this leads to people putting some respect on Barbaricle's name. We beat Mega Barbaricle and get more lore from L. We get an Ariados on our way over to Ampharos, and now we beat the Ampharos and are done with the current batch of Rogue Megas. We return to the hotel, just for Corbeau to immediately start having us do jobs for him to repay Tawnie's debt. Our first job tasks us with clearing out some ghosts out of a building, and in doing so we catch ourselves a Gengar. No trading needed. Our next job tasks us clearing some Mega Shards in the sewers, which goes by pretty fast. Here we also find an Inkay that we catch for our collection. After we break the rest of the shards, Corbeau arrives and gives a lore drop about L. It's only been 5 years? What? This only takes place 5 years after? What? Why? Why is this... I assumed, like, all the people being like, I can't believe it's been 10 years. I assumed that was just like, look, it's, you know, it's been over a decade since X and Y. Why is 5-year time gap? Why? And sends us onto our next task, which is stopping some adults from berating kids for not playing Pokemon the most optimal way possible. We ultimately find our way back to the Rust Syndicate HQ, where Corbeau reveals that the interest debt has been cleared and that he wants to battle us. And he just so becomes our next promotion opponent. We quickly go grab a challenger's ticket and take him on. Alright, I feel like Scolipede. Not what I was expecting King Gambit from the statues, but Scolipede. Alright. Let's see. Okay. After our victory, Corbeau shows up to the hotel and stays the night. In the morning, he pays for his visit and gives Tawnie a tip that allows her to pay off her debt. Maybe he's not that bad of a guy after all. We now go on to battle Lita and Naveen to see if they're up to the medal, now that they have the ability to Mega Evolve. Oh, okay. That's a Mega Pokemon, I guess. After we win, we go to the Nouveau Cafe where we are approached by a woman named Laban, inviting us and Tawnie to a gala held by the Society of Battle Connoisseurs. Naveen gets us access to the fancy clothing shop, and we get dripped out for the gala. Once we get there, we find out that we were gathered for a special tournament run by the leader of the SPC, Jacinth. Before the tournament can start, we get called about more Rogue Megas, so we make a quick exit. Before heading to our strategy meeting, we make a quick pit stop into Wild Area 15. Here we get Pumpkaboo, Gourgeist, Beedrill, and Whirlipede. We head back to the hotel and brief for the new batch of Rogue Megas, being Frostlass, Altaria, and Venusaur. Also, Jacinth shows up, deciding to follow us around and pester us until we return to our tournament. Before we fight the Megas, we make a quick pit stop into Area 12 where we catch a Snorunt and Go-Goat. We beat the Mega Altaria, Mega Venusaur, and Mega Frostlass. Ooh, okay. Not what I was expecting at all, but it works, yeah. No, it's not what I expected, but like, it's like, yeah, that looks like Mega Frostlass, alright. Maybe a little, you know, they still got a little bit of Gigantamax kind of vibe in their system still, but yeah, it cooks. After our wins, we return to the hotel, where Laben shows up and traps us in a Jacinth zone until we agree to return to the tournament. And here we have to do some fights. Here comes... Oh, Dragalge, what? What? Okay. The Clawitzer gets one? Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's cool. That's not what I was expecting. After we win, we let them know we are planning on returning anyway, and before we can, it's revealed Jacinth is our next promotion opponent, so it looks like we'll be grabbing a challenger's ticket before we head over. Before we actually do head over, we do have a little catching break, where we get Binacle and Staryu in Area 2, a Krokorok in Area 7, a Meowstic and a Mawile in Area 9, an Aeron, Lairon, Helioptile, Onix, Excadrill, and Emolga in Area 14, Slowpoke, Carvanha, Tynamo, Sharpedo, Watchog, and an Arbok in Area 10, which happened to be the 100th Pokemon registered in our DEX. Back to Area 12 we get Snover, Machoke, Abomasnow, and Delibird. We get Electrike in Area 5, Shuppet in Area 7, Honedge in Area 4, Houndour, Meditite, and Swablu in Area 6, and finally we get a Gible in Area 8. With that catching interlude finished, we return to the story and show up for the tournament. The start of the tournament is just rematches against Canary, Ivor, and Corbeau. Before we can battle Jacinthe, Zygarde shows up and we need to battle it again, this time at its 50% form. We beat it again and get another lore drop from L. Now we can finally get our promotion match. Alright, who do we got? Clefable. Okay. Okay, it wasn't really on my bingo card, but... Let's see, what you got, Clefable? Alright, see, I really thought this was like going to be like, you know, Fairy or Psychic or something, and then I saw like the Auroras come out. I was like, what? After the carving? But no. Oh! Okay. I must say, it's a Mega. Is it flying? Is it flying fairy? Is that what it's become? Because ice is super effective here. Wow, that was probably the easiest fight out of the actual battles there. I don't know, I really can't... They really, like, threw at me the ones I probably, like, struggled with the most so far this playthrough, and then they were just her, and it's just like, alright, okay. We see how it is. I see how it is. We rank up, and then end the night with a cutscene of AZ. In the morning, we get some lore from AZ, like the existence of Mega Floette, and we once again get summoned by Vinny. But before we can find out what he wants, there are 3 new wild zones to go check out. So we head straight for Zone 19. Here we get Kangaskhan, Furfrou, and Audino. Now we go see why we were summoned. Here we get a lore dump about the holotech used for the wild and battle zones. Vinny also informs us about more potential rogue megas. Before heading to the team meeting, we stop into Wild Zone 18, where we catch the Alpha Salamence, who quickly becomes a team member. We also catch the Alpha Lopunny, and get a taste of the absolute torture that catching the starters is in this game. We buy Salamence's Megastone, and then make our way to the team meeting. The targets this time are Dragonite, Tyranitar, and Starmie. We beat Dragonite, Tyranitar, and Starmie. There it is! Mega Starmie! Oh, there it is! It's a Pokemon! We return to the hotel where we learn who our next target is, someone who's staying hidden. So we head to Emma to see if she'll be able to help us track them down. She says she'll tell us if we beat her in a battle, so we quickly go through her team. After winning, she points us towards Mabel, who then points us towards the Nouveau Cafe. Since it's already nighttime, we grab a Challenger's ticket before heading over. We also might take advantage of it being nighttime to do another check into the wild zones, like catching Phalanx and Barbaracle in Zone 16, and heading over to Area 17 where we catch a Pyroar, and we black out trying to catch Skarmory. I've blacked out 3 times in this game, and all 3 have been because of these Pyroar in Wild Zone 17. We now find our way to the Nouveau Cafe, and find out that the cafe with the Team Flare logo is in fact Team Flare. They want to talk somewhere more private, so we head to the now closed Lysander Cafe. Grissel decides I have to fight her before the lore drop can continue, so we battle. Perhaps? Oh my god, it is? Mega Pyroar? Okay. I mean, if you were to tell me or ask me what I thought a Mega Pyroar would look like, that's not it? But okay. I wonder if it's still like both a male and female can have like a similar motif. After the fight, they kindly heal me before we walk inside to keep the lore going. Grissom ultimately decides I gotta go find the lore for myself, so he sends me down into the secret base. This is like a little dungeon we have to navigate, and we do find some wild Pokemon along the way, such as Manectric, Noivern, and Beldum. We reach the end, and El shows up to give yet another lore drop. He sends us back up to the cafe to meet with Grissom. Grissom tells us that we need to bring AZ's Floette to him and be willing to hand her over if we lose the promotion match. We head back to the hotel, and AZ gives us the no on what's actually going on with Prism Tower. Naveen also brings up the very important question of just how can Floette, a not fully evolved Pokemon, be able to Mega Evolve? And the answer is that AZ's Floette is just simply built different. We return to Grissom and have our battle to decide who will be the one to save the city. Okay, what Charizard is it? Let's find out. Okay, it's just Mega Charizard X. Thank God. Thank God, I was worried. I was so worried they made another one. After we win, Zygarde and L appear for even more lore dumping. Later that night, we come to see that the tower has shed its cocoon and is getting ready to rumble. Team MZ meets up with Vinny outside of the tower, and we have a battle with Tawnie to determine who is the strongest Mega Evolution user to aid Floette in stopping the tower. Oh god, oh geez, I've seen so many leaks about it. Is it go? What is it? What is it? Let's see it. What do we got? Mega for Alligator. Oh my god. It just got a hat. All it did was it terrestrialized into a hat. Oh, ooh, he is frail. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. He's so frail. Oh my god. He went down real quick. Whoops. We beat her, yet she still asks to be the one to go into the tower. Okay, I guess. She says that since we are the trainer Zygarde deems worthy, we get to run security. Things with Prism Tower go wrong, and it starts to branch out into the city, while rogue Mega Pokemon start swarming the streets. After fending off some Megas, we hold an impromptu meeting to decide how we're going to stop Ange and save Tawnie and Floette. During this, we get joined by many important characters we've met along our journey, as they are all going to help us reach Zygarde so we can save the city. After the help of our many friends we've made along the way, we make it to Zygarde, who can now finally transform to its complete form. The tower is getting out of control, and so now we have to fight it off while Zygarde gets to work. The tower doesn't know when to quit, so we need to pull out the big guns. The pebble Zygarde gave us so long ago is now revealed to be none other than Zygarde's Mega Stone, and so we can Mega Evolve Zygarde and finally put an end to Ange. And with that, we beat the game. We see that AZ passed away while we were fighting the tower, his long life finally catching up to him. We get called in by Vinny and meet him near the tower. Here, we are forced to use our A rank wish on keeping the Z-A Royale going. I would have preferred more Pokemon personally, but sure, more battling I guess. So now we get the infinite Z-A Royale. Awesome. At least the area around Prism Tower has now been converted to a wild zone. A pretty awesome one at that, as it contains the game starters as well as the Kanto starters. They're still a pain to catch, but at least we can now get catching the ones we didn't pick, as well as getting the spares for the living decks. And so this is a zone we pop into a lot. In our first visit we catch Tepig, Garbodor, Scrafty, Roserade, Metacham, Lucario, Malamar, Hawlucha, and Chikorita. As you'd probably expect, I'm not showing the catches of duplicates. A lot of the Pokemon in this game we can actually just catch in the wild, but it's really apparent with Pokemon like the starters. We don't need to show getting 3 of each of them, so when I show one, do know I end up getting enough for all of them. Just bringing this up now, as most of what we got left is just filling out the living decks. We step back into Zone 20 and catch a Hippowdon, and then we find a wild Pansage chilling on a roof. As night falls, we have to go get challenger tickets as we need to do a whopping 15 rounds of the infinite Z-A Royale for a certain something. So the gameplay loop right now is to catch in the day, and fight at night. When we get a ticket and have some night left, we might as well go check out some night spawns. In Zone 20, we get a Drampa and a Simipour. We then go and take on our first infinite Z-A Royale target, and it's none other than Le Z Eternal himself, Zach. Alright, I see you. I see you. I see you, Zach. Good bit. Great bit. After that hard-fought battle, we get called back to the hotel to find that Elle is there. Elle informs us about two Pokemon, the one that gives and the one that takes. We go to Mabel to get more info about what's up. She tells us what she knows about these Pokemon and tasks us with dealing with some unusual alpha Pokemon sightings. We fail to catch the Steelix, but get the Gallade and the Pangoro. We return to Mabel and she informs us that Xerneas, the one that gives, looks to be headed towards Wild Zone 11, and so off we go. Here we find the legendary Xerneas, and we catch it. Next we head to Cafe Nouveau to learn about the one who takes, and they lead us to Vinny, who has us run some Mega Evolution simulations to make sure we're prepared. After we finish that, we learn where the legendary Yveltal, the one who takes, is headed. We make our way over, find it, and catch it. With those two out of the way, it's time to really hammer in on finishing the living dex. We take a pop into Zone 20 and catch a Totodile and a Dragalge. Hopping over to Zone 13, we get a Phantom, Trevenant, and Scyther. In Area 19, we finally catch our first Eevee. There will be many more stops here to pick these up for all of the evolutions. We also grab a Clefairy while we're here. We get Gyarados in Area 11, Area 18 nets us a Bagon and Altaria, back to Area 20 and we get Charmander. With our growing collection, it's time for us to finally sort out what we have. Now that we have an idea of what we're missing, it's time to get catching again. We get Weepinbell in Area 13. We once again find ourselves in Area 20 where we find... Yo! 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 What do you mean my progress can't be saved now? Is it because something's targeting me? Don't despawn. Don't despawn. Okay. Okay. Yo. Yo, okay. I think now that it's saved, I'm like safe. I won't lose it. I think that's how it works. Let's go! Let's go! Yo! Yo! Let's go! Alright. One of these things. Oh, at least Chikorita kind of knows its spot. I'm gonna move you to the Evolve box, though. Alright. I hovered over there. I didn't see what it was, though. I'm gonna guess, Quirky? Naughty. Ooh, alright, alright, alright. Let's go. My boy. Area 17 gets us Lampent and Skarmory. In Area 20, we get Aggron and Bulbasaur. Finally, after many attempts, we catch the Fennekin in Area 18. We buy the remaining fossils we need. We immediately go revive the Tyrant, Tuamora, and the Aerodactyl. We find and catch an Alpha Aegislash in Area 20. We catch a Haunter in Area 15. We go to the rooftop section of Area 15 and catch some Larvitar. During another starter check in Area 20, we get ourselves an Alpha Simisage. This Squirtle here marks us being done with the starters that can be found in Area 20. In Area 15, we get a Scolipede. And we return to the Team Flare base to get ourselves a Houndoom and Metang. We now have a good few amount of evolutions waiting in Bay, so it's time to see what all we've got. And we evolve. Floette into Florges, Staryu into Starmie, Clefairy into Clefable, Weepin' Bell into Victory Bell, Lampent into Chandelure, Snorunt into Frostlass, Heliolisk into Helioptile, Omora into Aurorus, Larvitar into Pupitar, Pupitar into Tyranitar, Bagon into Shelgon, Metang into Metagross, Totodile into Croconaw, Croconaw into Feraligatr, Chikorita into Bayleaf, Bayleaf into Meganium, Bulbasaur into Ivysaur, Ivysaur into Venusaur, Fennekin into Braixen, Froakie into Frogadier, Charmander into Charmeleon, Charmeleon into Charizard, Gible into Gabite, Honedge into Doublade, Tynamo into Electrike, Snorunt into Glalie, Shuppet into Banette, Krokorot into Crocodile, Tyrunt into Tyrantrum. We find a Pampor in a tree. We evolve Frogadier into Greninja and Braixen into Delphox. With the rain, we catch a Goomy. Then we can evolve it into Sliggoo, and then into Goodra. On the rooftops, we finally find Dratini. We also find an Alpha Pansear while we're up here. We evolve Pikachu into Raichu. We evolve Dratini into Dragonair. We finally catch the final Eevee we needed, and can finally evolve a bunch, giving us Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Leafeon, Glaceon. Putting off the friendship evolutions until later, we go to Area 11 to catch Clawitzer. We head to Area 12 to pick up the Alpha Avalugg. We find a Ralts in a courtyard since the only one we've had so far was the event one. We evolve Fletchinder into Talonflame, Dragonair into Dragonite, Vanillish into Vanilluxe, Gabite into Garchomp, Electrike into Electros. We head back into the sewers to find Litwick, find a Pansear in a tree so we can evolve it into Simisear. And now it's finally time to tackle the friendship evolutions, as I learned it's as simple as just visiting a cafe a few times. We get Sylveon, Espeon, and have to wait till nighttime to get Umbreon. While waiting, I decided to finally get a look at what Mega Meganium looks like. But yeah, here we're going to, it's going to be my first reaction to Mega Meganium. Let's see what it is. Let's see what we got. I haven't had this, oh, okay. That's a design, alright. I don't hate it. Yeah, no, I like it. It's not great, but I think it's better than for Alligator. I'm gonna be real. I think for Alligator is pretty silly, so. Yeah, alright, that's all. Just wanted to see that. Nightfall comes and we're able to evolve Eevee into Umbreon. Our last batch of evolutions is the trait evolutions, which my friend Dicebomb helped me out with. This lets us evolve Kadabra into Alakazam, Machoke into Machamp, Scyther into Scizor, Onix into Steelix, Slowpoke into Slowking, Spritzee into Aromatisse, and Swirlix into Slurpuff. And with that, our living dex is at 229 out of 230. Only a mere one Pokemon away, that being Zygarde. But there's also one more Pokemon that I think we need to get before we can bring our journey to an end. And for that, we need to complete a total of 15 rounds in the Infinite Z-A Royale. I've already done a few, as I haven't skipped a night as the experience is really good for evolving. But now it's all just hitting that 15 goal. The daytime becomes a time for me to clear out side quests, and we don't really need to focus on those. While working away at some side quests, we hear one of the best sounds in the world. Where? I heard that jingle. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We saved because that like locks it into the DEX or the... Oh, it's a Weedle. Okay. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but okay. Alright, I forget it shows nature right here, so it's serious. Alright, there's another shiny. Oh, wait, I can Mega Evolve it in this game. Oh! Alright. Well, that was very exciting and then very anticlimactic. But whatever, a shiny's a shiny. Shiny's a shiny. We finally get our 15th Challengers ticket in the Z-A Royale, and our opponent this time is none other than Tawnie. Wait, what? She got to keep the Floette? And she's using the Mega against me? What? Why did she get the Floette? I want the Floette. I've been waiting 12, 13, however long years for the Floette. Why does Tawnie get the Floette? I want that. After we win, we get summoned inside the HQ to learn that Jet is Tawnie's grandmother, and wants Tawnie to take over as president of the company. She accepts the offer, and suggests that Floette should join us so she can help us protect the city. Okay, this is kind of like how people thought, like, you're going to end up getting Floette, where, like, AZ was just going to be like, hey, hang out with the trainer for a while. Wasn't expecting it to be someone other than AZ, but this is nice. This is... Hoenn has AZ's original trainer. ID 00001. I think that's what they gave Ash in one of the events. I think N is 00002. But oh my god. Genuinely been waiting for this for, I don't know, 13 years? What was it, 2012, it was 2013, X and Y came out. And so, like, 12 years. 12 years it took to get to this moment, pretty much. And we're here. We're here. There she is. I'm getting a little emotional. I'm not, like, super emotional about it, but there's a part of me that is just like it feels like if I was much of a crier, I'd be tearing up a little bit here, because, like, again, 12 years in the making, and we're here. We're here, she's here, I finally have AZ's Floette, legit. This is crazy. 12 years in the making, we finally have her, AZ's Floette. With Legends Arceus serving as the return of the Azure Flute and the ability to catch Arceus, and Z-A finally serving as a way for us to get AZ's Floette, you can only wonder what scrapped event the next Legends game will be based on. Well, with Floette in tow, the only thing left to do is to go back to the hotel. When we try to enter the hotel, we are stopped by L, who challenges us to a battle. After we win, Zygarde shows up and leads us to Prism Tower for one final encounter. Now this is a final boss, a 3-stage fight against the 3 different forms of Zygarde. Even though it was kinda easy since my team is very high leveled after doing 15 rounds of the infinite Z-A Royale, it was nice to have a battle that wasn't boring like the Prism Tower. I think that's it. We did it. Should be complete Pokedex. Complete living dex. It's already in the spot. But here it is. This is the complete living dex of Legends Z-A, and I did it. This is only day 4 of playing. I'm like, what, 39 hours in? Here it is. Here's all of it. I didn't do all the forms, because who needs it? Oh, these are like the special trades and gifts from side quests. Most of the Furfru. Some funny alphas, and then Flabebe farms I just started collecting up. Yeah, this is it. Oh, we can't forget the shiny collection. And then the scripted one. But yeah, that's Legends Z-A done, wrapped. And with that, we are done. We have completed the game and did so with creating a living dex along the way. This was a very special playthrough for me, as it's the first time I've recorded my entire first playthrough, and is also the first game to come out since I started doing the regular Pokemon videos. It was also nice as I didn't get any story spoilers, and avoided seeing most of the megas before I saw them in game. I even got to avoid having to look up most little things, like where a specific Pokemon spawns, as I have a good few friends who picked up the game at launch, and we were able to talk about the game as we went along. My friend Dicebomb was crazy helpful, as he played the game very slowly and really explored the city whenever he could, and so he could answer most of my questions of like, hey, where's this thing? Getting to play this game like this really brought a level of spark I haven't felt since I was a kid playing these games. I ended up really enjoying this game far more than I thought I would. having only placed my pre-order less than 2 weeks before release. The game doesn't look the greatest. It is probably really hurt by the lack of voice acting, and it is where the Pokemon franchise should have been at the start of the Switch era. But past all that was a game with some of the best writing Pokemon has pulled out in a long time. Their character writing is improving as the games go on. We've come such a long way since the X and Y friend group. Not only that, the game is just fun to play. Even after 15 rounds of the infinite Z-A Royale, I wasn't completely burnt out from the amount of battling in this game, and it's probably going to be really hard to go back to the other Switch games after this. Oh, also, before we sign off, during a break from editing, I did some research grinding and found this. Alright, I was just catching some wild Pokemon for the research tasks, and I noticed in here, I have to be very careful. Very, very careful. Because there is a shiny Delibird who is locked on. Machop. I like catching in Pokeballs when I don't know what I'm going to send it in. Did he despawn? I may have just failed this. He may have just despawned on me. I mean, it's a Delibird. I have 2 of these already. It's kind of annoying to fail a shiny, but please just put me back where I was. There we are. There we are. So yeah, I was just grinding the catch 50 of all types requests. So. Wow, those add up quick. Alright, I'm going to guess. This will be my first proper guess, I guess, because I always forget about it. It's going to be Sassy. Lonely. You don't gotta be lonely anymore. Alright, yeah, that's all. I was just playing handheld and doing this and putting off editing. So, yeah. Maybe I'll sneak this in at the end. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, yeah. Shiny Delibird. Alright. I'm just popping on because... Look what we got there. Got a Skiddo. We need this Litleo to go. Look. It's Skiddo. I already have one of these. Not in this game, but in Scarlet Violet. And in Scarlet Violet, I also have 2 Go-Go. Yeah, look, Skiddo. I've just taken a break from editing yet again, because that video is soul-sucking, but we'll get there. Alright, what do we... Oh, I have guys that are not supposed to be in here. I have the wrong box remaining open. Why am I moving these? I can just... do that. Alright, I hovered over it a few times. I didn't see it. I'm gonna guess Calm. Bold. Alright. Alright, yeah, no, I was just chilling, messing around. Yeah. There we go, shiny Skiddo. Let's go. Alright, with all that said, I think that's all I've got for this one. Thank you very much if you watched this far. And again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Doing so is really appreciated and helps out the channel so much. This has been Big Blast 99, and I hope you have yourselves a goddamn good one.